Hello and good morning. Welcome back to another live stream. We are jumping right back into Occupy Mars. I'm Phase Motion. Today we are... you're always trying to get me to sleep. I didn't get any rest. Another night I went through the night kind of doing stuff. Let's swap our O2 out and let's get some sleep. Actually, do I have my helmet on? I do. Let's unequip this. First person and get some sleep for a couple of hours because otherwise it's gonna impact my health. Yesterday I found another bug in the game. I destroyed the lobby on my base because I wanted to add the HQ because I got the blueprint for that yesterday. And the bug I found is essentially when you destroy the lobby, you drop oxygen backpacks. Fair enough, easy enough, you say. They can't be destroyed. At least the grinder, my grinder wasn't working on them. So I thought, okay, pick them up, drop them off somewhere else because it was blocking my ability to build the base. I couldn't build the HQ on top of the space where the backpacks were on the ground. So I picked them up and moved them around, and it appears that dropping off the backpacks, not all of them, but some of them, if you drop them off, it thinks that you're taking off your oxygen tanks. And you die quickly. So after trying that a couple of times and trying a couple of things, I wasn't able to move them all. Sometimes it would happen with the first one. There's a noise in the background. Sometimes it wouldn't happen until like it was a random thing. There were 6 backpacks on the floor, and you know, suddenly I would die when moving one of them or dropping one of them. And I tried that a few times. And it also turned out that using or doing that corrupted the quick save. So I was screwed, basically. So in the end, I did it in a different place. I will check that out in a bit. In the meantime, what we are doing is I've started heading north. I've marked out a few bases on the map. And we are on the hunt for some seeds. So I took a look at the forums, and the RNG for the seeds appears to be pretty bizarre. Some people have claimed that it's linked to the session time in the game. So if you have a longer session, around kind of 3 hours or so, then if you explore a new part of the map, seeds will suddenly start spawning around in the bases around where you are. So this session has been not running for that long, but I'm hoping that things will work in our favor. So far we've only found excuse me, beetroot and potatoes. Looks like there is an antenna over there. And also, from what I understand with the antenna network, you have to build your own. You can't tap into existing ones, which is a little bit of a shame. It would be nice if we could do that, kind of simplify our ability to expand around bases and that sort of stuff. We have now found all of the blueprints, which is a little weird because it doesn't look like I can build everything. So I think a few things are kind of glitchy on that front. Weirdly, we found the blueprint for the kilopower power generator, although on the tech tree that's listed as kind of work in progress. So that's probably a glitch. I've not found any other blueprints for work in progress items. Okay, so we found another base. Let's take a look. We're going to be doing a lot of hunting around bases and maybe taking a few down. We have the the tipper attached to our rover today. I did think about using the container one. And I did run around with that a bit, but we need points that we get from harvesting rocks. So that's more important at the moment. So we're going to go here and see if we can find any seeds. We do have organic waste, which is a nice sign. Looks like we got a chip here, circuit board, which is pretty cool. So we're going to carry on working until we find the seeds that we're looking for. I did also do some other experimenting yesterday and discovered a few things. So while a bit of food, don't actually need that. While interior items you're only going to get from salvaging. So like these oxygen tanks, they're a separate item. And if we scrap those, we'll get some resources, and we'll get some resources from scrapping the building. But when you scrap a building, it appears that you don't get all of the resources for the objects contained within the building itself. One thing I did discover is that you can scrap a building that has interactables, like circuit boards and health packs and food, as well as seeds. And if you scrap the building, then all of the items inside, like that, will drop to the floor. So scrappable items won't exist, but pick-upable items will exist if you scrap the building that they are within. And I can show you this now. So we're going to scrap this thing. It's a pretty big thing. You know, anything that where you see kind of a lot of concrete, you know, these really big buildings, they take a while to scrap. You get a ton of stuff from them. Getting a lot of cement, pipes, steel plate. Okay, it's complaining that our inventory is full, so let's go over here. We were heading north on this thing. And it looks like we're approaching the Arctic poles. They have a north and south pole. The map looks pretty massive in this game. I'm going to start off with the circuit boards because they don't actually stack. And actually, let's put as much across as we can. Get all of those things to stack for us. These are the seeds. And then we're going to take off our half stacks. So anything that is not a full stack. What else do we have? This one. Because then as we scrap, those stacks will fill up. We should do that from this side. Okay, and there you see. So, you know, interactable items that you can pick up will just drop to the ground, or mostly drop to the ground. Some of them will float in the air, like this one. There's a tablet. You're gonna let me reach you. Okay, looks like we can jump with that. And then let's try and use it. No, I've unlocked all the blueprints. Seeing suddenly a bit of lag on that. So just for safety's sake, I'm gonna save. Okay, and hopefully that will give us an out should things go pear-shaped. Okay, not seeing anything else that we can pick up. There's no kind of ghost outlines. Take a quick butchers around the base. Just double check that we're not missing a seed canister. Sometimes you find them kind of around this type of area. That's just food, which we don't actually need. Don't need any food. So let's head back here. Grab a few rocks along the way. And it looks like the, so for seeds, the magic sweet spot appears to be around 12.5 to 15 kilometers away from your main base. I think that is primarily around being kind of in a different shard, different cell on the map. So this is where we are, kind of right on top of some water. And we're in this zone. Our base is all the way kind of down here, out of the way. And we're going to head towards something. Let's try this way. Oh, question mark. I did see someone commenting that kind of question marks on the map are indicators of stuff that is pretty good. So where do we need to go? We're not doing a ton of scrapping really at the moment. We'll probably do a bit more when we are around that 12.5 kilometer mark away. This area looks to be very, the contours of the map to be very up and down. So we need to be a little bit careful. And we're kind of going in a northwesterly direction on the map. The reason for this is I've been a bit north already. I've been a little bit west already, but not a great deal to the west, actually, to be honest. So my thinking is that if we go kind of northwesterly, we're going to open up new areas of the map that haven't been rendered before, and then we can head south from a northwesterly direction, and we'll come down into a westerly region that is pretty much unexplored for us, hopefully improving our odds of finding seeds. Not that I think obviously other seeds are going to help that much with things. I did hear that the apple trees are pretty good for producing oxygen, or some kind of tree that's good for producing oxygen within the base. Trying to make sure we head on some relatively flat ground. The occurrence of water in the polar regions is doesn't look like it's more. I would kind of like the variation of the map to be a bit more in tune with the biome itself. When I was browsing around the forums yesterday, I came across a post by one of the devs, and the discussion was around having the ability to adjust the time within the game itself. So making the days go faster, time move faster or slower, and also I think the talk was around a differential, so making the days in real time longer and the nights a little bit shorter to facilitate exploration and that sort of stuff. And worryingly, the post by the dev was talking about kind of technical debt within the code base itself. Now, technical debt is it's a term developers like to use. It's a bit of a... so let me give you a bit of context. I've been in software engineering for 30 years. I started out as a software engineer. I worked in software architecture. I have been a CTO, and often are things like head of engineering, director of engineering, VP of engineering, all those kind of titles that come with leadership. And technical debt is often a term that's used by engineers to say the code is crap. And it's actually a very misunderstood mechanic. It's very difficult to quantify. It can mean that there are problems with the code, legacy, old code, that sort of stuff. It can just mean that the style of the code, the reusability of the code is not in a great state. Oh, we have some seeds. Let's have a look. What do we have? Potatoes. Crap. It can be real. It can be kind of more imagined than kind of actual. And the dev was saying that the code is really, technical debt is really high. The code is really poor. And to implement the requested feature, it would actually be quicker to rewrite the game than to make this change. And that worries me a lot because this game is early access. While the game has been in development for a very, very long time, surprisingly long considering the number of features that are in the game, the code shouldn't be that bad. And it shouldn't be in such a state where, it's a complained about problem. That shouldn't be. So that worries me a touch for the future of the game, because if the code is in that bad a state today, then the game could be the game could be very difficult to actually finish. So yeah, a little bit anxious about that statement. Often when you build software, you should build it in such a way that the code is very modular, especially very early in development. Let's pick a place to go, because as you're starting out, let's track that one. That's got another question mark there. That's a pretty good sign. As you're starting out, you're kind of figuring out stuff on the fly. You're figuring out what works, what mechanics work, what things players enjoy. Water. To go with another tank. We will need to build a well. So you're figuring stuff out, which means that stuff is going to change. You're going to have to adapt. You're going to have to change your ideas based on the feedback you're getting from the people playing your game. And if your code is in a bad state from very early on, it makes making those sorts of changes really, really tricky to do. And considering they're using Unity rather than Unreal, and the pace of development around the Unreal Engine, it means that with Unity they're going to have to doing more things themselves than you kind of get for free with the libraries that you'll be getting with the other one. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning. I've been burned before. I played Osiris New Dawn, which went through all sorts of painful transitions from different studios working on the game, it being picked up by the kind of original studio and the devs and that sort of stuff. And there was a long time that kind of nothing happened. People have paid for the game, they're getting no updates, no fixes, any of that stuff. There were inconsistencies with the campaign and story mode. And then the original devs kind of picked up and they kind of fixed all these things and they kind of got it into a better shape. And then they dropped the game, kind of just as it was reaching a more finished state. And that left a pretty sour taste in people's mouths, mine included. So yeah, that makes me a little bit anxious. but we shall see. So it really depends on how kind of transparent and communicative the devs are. And I made a post on the Steam forums this morning, talking about the need for transparency, the need for a community manager, and that sort of stuff. So I'm hoping that they take a bit of notice. Interestingly, there's a big patch of brown ground here. It's kind of surrounded by snow and ice, which is pretty cool. Maybe the biome might change a little bit on the west of here. Let's drop on our helmet. I need to recharge a battery, and I need to think about water. So I've learned that it's important to look for water during the day. As one of my viewers mentioned the other day, on the map, in the map view, they do indicate where water is with a kind of little mark on the map. So I'm going to see if I can find one here. I think there's one there. Yeah. So this marker here is an indicator that there's water in this region. So we're going to look at the bases where we are now. We've got 3 to explore. And when we've done these 3, we're going to head up here, drop a well, and fill up our water supplies, and then we can do a bit more trekking. We are, where are we now? About 10,000 meters from our main base. I did unlock the rocket pack, but I've not actually made one yet. So let's take a look at the ghost outlines. What are we seeing? There's something under here. Looks like a food pack. Nothing in here. See the usual interior stuff. Nothing that gives me a feel of seed packs. There's a motor, circuit boards. We're kind of drowning in circuit boards at the moment. What am I seeing up here? Looks like another circuit board. Not getting a big CPAC vibe from this, unfortunately. Let's also check out the map. There's actually water here. So I'm going to put a marker directly over that question mark, because I'm not sure if the question mark is anything specific or kind of like a general location. Looks like it's a general location. Okay, so before we kick off, let's drop a well. Water bearing places out of range. That is where are you? Out of range. Okay, that's different to what I was being told. So it looks like maybe those markers on the map aren't actually water locations. It may just be that because this building is here and we've got a bunch of wells on the very left of where we are now, that we have to kill those first. But let's give it a try. We do have enough water at the moment, but that is going to go down. And we're going to kill a couple of these. And I'm wondering if I should kind of drop an HQ. So that's another reason why we are scrapping stuff at the moment, so we have enough resources to build one of those should we need. It looks like the HQ is essentially kind of a outpost style base. It's got 2 floors. It's got storage spots. I did see a few people on the forums not happy about the spots within the HQ and the number of tables that you can build and that sort of stuff. But we may give it a try. So we're going to drop some of these. This is going to give us everything we need for the wells. And today I'm going to be streaming for probably another 45 minutes. It's my daughter. She has an annual checkup at the doctor. And she needs to get a booster shot for her tetanus as well. We live on the outskirts of Berlin. Which I prefer much. I don't like living in the center of the city too much. It's convenient for going to the office and that sort of thing, but it's not as conducive when you have kids. Wide open spaces, I think, are better for when you have kiddies. But conversely, there's more nature here, which is awesome. But there's also things like ticks and that sort of stuff that, if you're running around in the forests, there's the potential for picking up. So I want her to be current with her tetanus booster. Okay, let's put this away and see what we have on the ground. Food, to be honest, we don't need any more food. We have a ton of stuff and we have a pretty decent supply at home of vegetables and that sort of stuff. There's food, there's some organic waste. Sweet. Got another skill point. So I'm really excited about a new game that is launching fairly soon, the next couple of weeks, called Undawn. It's the one where recently Will Smith has been put forward as the face of the game. Let's see, no wells nearby, and I'm not really seeing anything in terms of seed pods. So let's head over to the next base. I'm gonna go to the far one first and then swing around. There's my rover. Hello. Oh, there you are. It's pretty close, but we'll take the rover anyway. Save our resources. So yeah, Undawn looks really good. It's MMO, zombie survival MMO. Because it's got buildings, it's got scavenging, it's got all sorts of interesting stuff. Got a ton of vehicles, which I'm really excited about. 50 different vehicles by the look of it, and then a building mechanic that looks a bit like Valheim and Smallland. So I'm hoping that I'm going to start producing some content for that pretty soon. Okay, let's no water. Water bearing places out of range. That's not filling me with a lot of confidence. Let's see what we have in here. Could be something. It's either a seed pod or a motor. They look a little the same. But if it's inside a crate, then usually it's a motor rather than a seed pod. Yeah, it's a motor. We may have to head down west sooner rather than later. We will grab this tablet even though we have them all. It looks like they do stack. Nothing. Grab this one. Looks like a circuit board. Not seeing any seeds. I believe the save and reload mechanic works with seeds as well as tablets. So we may have to try that technique. What we'll do is we'll do these, do this base, do the other base, then head to kind of more northwest, see if we can get a bit of water. Because we don't have enough water to survive going back to our base. Maybe if we did it now, we could. This trick with the demolishing buildings and then just kind of picking stuff up off the floor is actually really useful. So nothing there. Sometimes you do find them in these storage cases, but I'm not seeing any outlines of them in this one. What is that? Food, electronics, first aid. Don't need any first aid, really. I'm picking them up because it's loot. Who doesn't like a ton of loot? That's a steel plate in there. There's food. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing that we need in there. Okay. And then we're going to go to this one, which we've not been to yet. I like the fact that on the map it shows you previous waypoints that you've set. That's pretty neat. It's kind of weird that there's no water here, considering it looks like permafrost. But I'm hoping that will change after this base and the next base that we head to. I'm going to be a bit screwed if we can't get any water. I'm not sure if you can drop a well anywhere and get like a little bit of water from it. You can't get water from the abandoned wells, unfortunately. And our rover doesn't come with any kind of water output. So let's have a look. I'm not seeing, maybe over this side. See something? What is that? And it's rocket fuel. Which I should get. Oh, there's a seed pod. Nice. What do we got? Drum roll, please. No more spuds. Give us something nice. Oh, it's a beetroot. Okay. I don't think seed pods are limited to one per abandoned base. I've seen people say that they've picked up a few from the base. Let's check out our scanner. Oh yeah, okay. So there is going to be water in that direction. It is 2:30 in the afternoon, so we're going to scrap this base. Just in case there's a seed pod in there. And also to get the resources we're kind of reaching a point where I think an HQ would make some sense. We may build it actually where the water is, because then we've got an outpost that we can use. Power's not going to be a problem. The other thing I've not figured out yet, and maybe because I just haven't researched the rocket pack, is how we get methane. So we'll scrap this one. We'll pick up, take a look, see if there's anything that drops that's nice. Then we'll head towards that water marker. Okay, what do we got? Don't need one that's food. I'm going to leave the food here because we have a ton of the stuff. Don't need first aid. Look in the sky. Sometimes things don't drop on the floor. Okay. Nothing. So let's head in this direction. Pick a marker there. And we're going to go there, and we're not going to go drive too far. I think we'll drive something like, 100 meters, maybe a bit more, 200. And then we'll hop out and see if we're closer to any water. In theory, Akko, hey, Marine. How are you doing today? Yeah, I've just not seen the buildable for methane yet. So let's hop out here. Ah, really? You just attach a methane tank and that's it? I'm not really sure why I'm opening the door. Other than water's over there. You can do it. You can see them from inside. And that's all it is. You just attach a methane tank rather than an oxygen tank, and it's there. Wow. I like the simplicity, but it is not it's not intuitive. Okay, let's take a look from here. So that is, what's that? 116. That's 119. Good. So it means that it's pretty much in the same spot. Ah, okay. That's a pretty counterintuitive mechanic. Like, I like it, but it's not non ovvio, as they say in Italian. Okay. So we need a well, so let's do the well first. Okay, so that's a well that's dropped during the day, so we should start getting water here pretty soon. We are, what is that? 10,000 kilometers away from our base. So I'm thinking of potentially dropping a HQ here. I got a little bit confused by the HQ. The blueprint was at the beginning of the list, and I was looking at the end, and I was looking for new blueprints here. I was like, what? Where is it? I know I researched it. So yeah, that messed me up a touch. So let's get out of range of that, and then let's start rotating around so that we have the connector in roughly the right place. And we need a big circuit board, and I've got one of those in the Rover. I think that's the only thing we're missing. So it's like the WoW inputs. Okay. Let's go and get a big circuit board. The icon for the big circuit board is different to the icon you see on the blueprint. Just a small detail, I know, but you know, consistency. That's what we like. Okay, so there's the input. So before we connect this up, let's do a save. And let's top up our water. Getting lag, so yeah. Okay, and switch across. Yep, that's a good idea. Thanks for reminding me. So let's take a look. The connector is on this side, so let's go over this way a bit. Let's put a couple of panels. We did get the efficiency upgrade. Okay, we need panels, we need a single ECU. Let's make sure the arrows are pointing in the right direction. We need a battery. Probably a single battery is enough. Doesn't need a ton of space. Okay. What are we short of? Solar cells. Should have enough in our do we have enough? That wasn't solar cells, and we can't print them from here, but we do have a base nearby. So let's make a bit of space. Yeah, I know. Where's the base? Yeah, we're short of materials, so we're a little bit screwed. I will build before I do too much. Put an airlock, a couple of airlocks on here. Actually, I will lay the pipe first, because then the pipe will go under the airlocks. Water to water. Come on. 2 airlocks and a ramp. I do have a spare suit battery, so personally I'm okay, but the Rover, you're right. I should charge that. I've already missed a light, so... Okay. And the base was over this way. Let's see. This one's in pretty bad shape. Hopefully there's some solar panels around the other side. Might get one. Is that a well? That sometimes gives us solar cells. That won't. This one either. That probably won't. Glass plate, not seeing any solar cells yet. Getting a lot of stuff, but not what we need. Maybe I should have packed better. Still wondering if I should have, wells are a bit better for this. Yeah, solar cells, okay. Got some. Starting to get a bit chilly out. Go big or go home. I do tend to overbuild, so let's see what else. Okay, do I have the spare battery on me? I do. There we go. Otherwise, we might lose our heating, which would be bad. Aha. Solar panels, nice. Okay, that should set us up nicely. Again, it's a shame we can't just repair these things. It would be nice to, fix up one of the bases that we find. I like how the loot you get from scrapping and salvaging is kind of contextual to the thing that you're scrapping. And the red marker is where we were just now when we were looking for water, so we can always find our way back pretty easily. We did get the research item for the passive update to our solar cells. So we have both of the upgrades now. So we actually get a pretty decent whack from solar panels. Let's grab that circuit board. What is that on the floor? Okay, it's midnight. That's a rock. So I think after this one, we've got 15 solar cells now. Probably a little bit more once this is finished. Yeah, there you go. So let's head back, keeping our eye out for anything as we run. Hunger's looking a little low. We need to eat something. Out of habit, I do kind of run everywhere rather than stroll. At least while my stamina's in the blue. Okay. Well, I don't want to dismantle. Let's finish building. Okay. Let's do one of the cells first. Small circuit board, which we have. Another small circuit board, which we don't have on us. Let's go and get it, and then we'll just wire it up. Park it tons of circuit boards, so we're pretty good here. Now look for any damaged ones first. Medium, medium, medium. Come on, there's the smalls. It's a little bit sensitive around the helmet. Okay, that is done. Grab some wire. Wire it up. We are going to need to build another ECB, I think. Because the battery pack only has one input and one output. ECU, not ECB. Not sure why I keep on calling it that. I need another small circuit board. And let's just see if we can do this pack. There's the other panel. And it's 15, so yeah, we're still short of that, but we should get the rest from when we carry on messing with the old base. So let's go over here, and we can use this this rover. We should really eat some food before we pass away. You're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Okay, let's turn off our torch, grab a small circuit board, and then get a few hours sleep. Sleep through until 7, when we should have daylight. Do our squat save. Every day is leg day. Okie dokie. So what are we going to do first? Let's go and finish this off. Now, the other thing I'm slightly worried about is how much cable we have. So you've got 109. I'm not really sure if that's meters or anything else. Okay, let's. We may have to move the rover. Yeah, we're going to have to move the rover, I think. Let's drop that. Pick this up. And the power socket is on the other side. Okay. Yes. You're right. Sounds like you've been burned by that before. Okay, that is connected, and let's do the settings. Okay, 100%. I do want this to charge, but it doesn't need to charge that quickly. And then let's put 20 kilowatts. We can always amp it up in a sec. Let's see if we have enough cable to wire this up. The cable management here is a little bit strange. The first leg of cable looks like you have quite a lot, and then kind of goes down at something like a meter at a time. What's this? What happened there? Connect. Do we not have enough? Oh, dark. Ah! Oh, great. 6 hours for Dust Devils. Okay, so we're charging the rover. We'll focus on that first. So I'm going to bump this up to 100%. And then that's being done first. Let's go and close the door. We may have to build a printer. Where's the base? We have 6 hours until okay, what are we gonna do? Let's do the panels first, because we are short of solar cells. And of course it's Dust Devils, which means our solar panels are going to get covered in dirt, and we don't have the CO2 or the cleaning tool on us. So I think we're going to need to make the printer inside the HQ. Grab these babies. Make sure we scrap the wires. As well. Okay. Gonna go for the structures first over the salvageable crates that we see on the floor. Let's grab this because we're here. Okay, let's go over this side, grab this one. Not sure what the rate of charging on the rover is. I don't know if there's any anybody's done any research on it yet. You know, for every 10 kilowatts of power, and you have 4 battery packs. Come on, what is that going to do? I don't know how much the battery packs kind of add to the capacity. We will need to be inside during a dust storm though. I think a dust storm can kind of blow you about a bit. Streamlabs is doing its black screen thingy, so I can't see chat at the moment. I think there's an issue with refreshes ever since the latest update. We're going to grab as much as we can. Grab those wires because they will give us the resources we need to build wires. Okay, I think we're looking pretty decent. There are 3 other bases just south of us. I don't know if you can hide in a base during a dust storm. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, sleep deprivation. Come on, I know. Getting tired. Okay, that's looking okay. Let's head over this way and just keep our eyes open for anything that may have dropped. I know you can weather the dust storm inside the rover. So we're going to be heading over here now and finishing off this panel first. Stamina regen a bit. So I was talking about Undawn earlier. It looks like it's got some really cool mechanics in there. A lot of building vehicles and all that sort of stuff. So, come on, where's my cable? Oh, am I out of cable? Or did it just go in the wrong place? Where are you now? Come on, can't see the connect plug. Okay, so let's double check these settings. 84 kilowatts coming across. Let's bump this up to 80. Actually, let's do 70 because I do want this thing to charge, especially with a dust storm inbound. Okay. So we are, we're short of power cables specifically. Build a pod. Yeah, that's true. Can you attach a pod to a building with an adapter? I think the HQ should have one of those printers as well. Let's see what's needed. for the printer, and then let's check out the pod as well, because that's a good idea. Where is the printer? Bed, bench, printer. Oh, we have enough for it. The problem is going to be power. How much does this need? 21. And let's put a bed down as while we're inside. Then I will check the rover. The rover does. I noticed yesterday the rover charges quicker the more power you give it. Where's the bed? There. Okay. That sounds like a plan. Chat. Maybe bring the chat over to the other side as you suggest. I don't think the issue is with chat lag. I think the issue is that there's a 10-second delay that I put in the stream. Primarily because my kitty cat now likes to be very noisy, and this allows me to jump in and address it. I also have a kid, and she sometimes likes to contribute to the stream. And if I torch, Dust Devils are inbound, so that's probably accounting for a bit of the lag in the next hour. Okay. So we're going to check the power, 67%. Not sure even if I disconnect this, if I'm going to have enough reach, but let's give it a try. Oh, it's going to reach. But you're not going to detect a cable in my hand, are you? There's a bit of a glitch. If you have a cable in your hand and you disconnect another cable, it doesn't always... Oh, it should be working. Check this display. Yeah, that's probably a smarter idea. I should have maybe I should have done that. But this should fix the issue now. Well, I'm not really sure why that door was half open. Now we're probably short of what we need to build the cables. Yeah, we need silicon on me. So let's wait out the storm. That's right. That's hindsight, as I say, is 2020. Tornado. Let's go. Where are you? Hello. Whoa, there you are. I think going indoors is probably a good idea. Whoa, look at that. That is a good question. Let's take a look. The HQ, including the printer, is 21. Which isn't too, that's not too shabby. That's a single solar cell. That's pretty sweet. I like the look that they've got here. Although, interestingly, if I point towards the deck and look in the bottom left, it says 16.5. So I guess that's not including the printer itself. You have to look at the display for that. It looks like it likes my rover. Let's pop downstairs, and so we need a scrubber, don't we? Where are you? This one? No. Food processing. Where is the scrubber? Not there. Yeah. CO2 scrubber. Small circuit board. Okay. And I will need to make some CO2. I need the air compressor, pipe, screws, and plate. Screws, pipe, and what was it? Steel or aluminium? So there's the air compressor, and I need silicon and iron. Let's wait until the storm. A silicon, iron, and I need a small circuit board. To wait until the dust devils are gone. That's pretty neat. I like these little tornado thingies. Looks like it's got the hots for my power system. You mean end up do the survival pod rather than the HQ? I think that would be smarter. As you say, it's got the printer, it's got the scrubber. It's a smaller footprint. I assume it's kind of less resources. Let's take a look. When swimming in the ocean, don't know which one it was. I was diving to survival capsule. I heard it was a treasure no one has ever seen. You hide inside a okay, looks like they've gone. But I can't destroy this yet, can I? Oh, I can, even when it's not complete. Oh, that's cool. Oh no, they're still here. Can I? Are they drawn to me like magnets? Probably. Looks like there was one in my face there. Okay. Kind of locked indoors at the moment. I like the HQ though. It's a nice space. Okay, they've gone. The 2 panels. You think I should drop the 2 panels and the sink? I could grind up the whole thing and just end up with the sink. If I can drop this ECB and I can grind up the whole thing and just do a survival capsule, and that's probably less resources. Okay, yeah. But I think your suggestion for the survival capsule was actually a better one. But you can't grind up the panels during the day. So let's work on this side of things. We need a pack of screws. And let's put this in a place where there's less cables. Because I tried destroying a yeah, but I did that during daylight, and I got shocked, like massively, like my health almost, like I realized it quick enough. Let's have a look. See if they're producing power. No, they're producing no power now. Yeah, I did it during daylight, and not the pole. Okay. I have not tried that. They don't actually look they don't look dirty. But maybe that's just the light. That is a neat trick. Okay, so let's we need to rebuild these, and we can drop, because we're going with a survival pod, we don't actually need this ECB. We can just drag the cable to the truck to charge it up. And then likewise to the thingy. So it's only when you grind the pole that you get shocked. To make it easy to get into. That's you're full of good ideas. What's going on? Why do I sense that you've played this game a lot? How many hours do you have in the game, if you don't mind me asking? Oh crap, I've just seen the time. I actually will need to hop off in a sec, because I need to go and pick up my daughter. That's very non-committal. But I respect your privacy. Okay, so thanks for, let me just head over here. I'm going to save outside the rover after my experiences yesterday of and the day before of saving inside the rover with my helmet off and then dying on reload. So thanks for the commentary. Thanks, Maureen. I appreciate it very much. Yes, good insights. Very smart, and yes, I will keep that in mind. I need to hop off because I need to go and pick up my daughter's annual health check at the Kinderangst at the doctor's. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and thanks for the chat. I appreciate it. Please do like, follow, and if you're able to subscribe to support the channel, it helps me a lot. And I will see you again pretty soon, probably later today. Until then, take care, have fun, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.